this tutorial, we're going to go over a few variations on our CCs, our crazy commandos. It's probably one of the first moves you learned in breakdancing, so it's kind of easy to get into a routine of doing it the same way you learned it when you're kind of getting used to it, getting familiar. But we're not going to do that. We're going to vary it up, as you should with all of your moves. So, the variations we're going to cover. Doing it with two hands, as you probably did the first time you learnt it. Switching to one hand. Reverse CCs. Varying kind of the position of your leg as you do your CCs. Adding hooks and stuff to it. And finally, around the world / the Zulu spin. So, when you first learnt your CC, you probably were told to go over with both arms. So that's our first variation. Progressing on from that, once you've done that a few times, once you're confident, you're able to do it with just the one arm, and then you've kind of got this arm free to do what you want. So then next variation is the reverse CC. So this actually tends to work out quite well for some people, depending on how you learn to switch up your CCs from one leg to the other. So with this, you're going to switch your arms. So you're going to do one CC, and then you're going to switch your arms. I did that atrociously, but that's not how I switch when I'm doing my CCs. And so now you've got the wrong arm for the wrong leg. What you're actually going to do is, rather than CC and bring the leg over, you're going to bring it under. So there you go, bring it under, top arm, top leg, bring it under, bring it under. Cool. And the next thing to think about is how open or how close you're going to be as you're doing your CC. So in my t-shirt, I tend to teach it like that. So you're relatively open, but you can kind of bring it in, make it compact, or you can really open it out. Just make sure that it looks like you're doing it on purpose. So do it with confidence, so don't make it kind of like you've kind of just almost like lost control of your neck. Do make sure that kind of snap. You meant for it to be that high or that compact. Yeah, there's one thing to think about. Another thing is when you're doing your CCs, you can add, say, a hook or even a high chair between them. Just add some variation when you're doing it. And the final one is a bit of a contentious one regarding the name. Some people call it the Zulu spin. I don't like to call it that because, as far as I'm concerned, the Zulu spin is something very slightly different, similar but different. So I'm going to call it the around the world. Technically, the around the world is when you do it in a full circle, but I use it for if you're doing it straight or as a circle. So what you're going to do is, from your normal CC position, rather than pivot and come back, what you're actually going to do is you're going to go all the way around. So I'm going to take that arm, take that leg, and then bring it through. And as you do that, you'll actually end up on the wrong arm, so this is a prime time to go into your reverse CC before maybe going back and switching back to your normal arm. And then you can do that a few times in a row. And the other thing you can do with that, and I guess this is what people refer to as a true around the world, is you can go in a circle. And the way you do that is once you come round, once you've planted this foot on the ground, you're actually going to take the straight leg and rotate it slightly to say there. And you're just going to repeat that. So each time you go around, you're going to rotate the leg. And let's do it very quickly. You can get kind of around the world, and if you're like me, that will make you very dizzy. And if you're not like me and it doesn't make you dizzy, then great. It's a nice way to kind of add a little bit of flair, add a little bit of motion, make your CCs look cool. And so that's it. So we've got our basic, our two hands, our one hand, our reverse, much we want to vary how open it is. So very open, very compact, normal, and then we've got our around the world. And so yeah, that's some 60 variations. Mix and match it, make it yours, that's what breakdance is all about. Feel free to do what everyone else is doing, especially if you're performing and you're trying to sync it up, but also make sure you put your own flavour onto it, because when everyone does it the same way, it gets boring. So make it yours and have fun. Peace.